let's start with Richardson, Hitchens. He was recently on a live, and someone asked obviously about you, and he responded, and here's his quote: "F Frank Martin, F him. He shouldn't be worried about calling me out. This MFer woke up from his nap. He better go back to finding something safe to play with." End quote. Give me your response to that.
He's something safe to play with. His non-punching ass. He's something safe to play with. He ain't knocking nothing out. You know what I'm saying? He ain't hurting nothing. He's something to play with.
Keyshawn Davis.
That's easy work. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's easy work. Richardson is easy work. Interesting.
Easy work. I'll stop him. Bust his ass. Easy work.
Oh.
Trying to tell a lot of the people that are on my channel that on this channel we don't support the selling of wolf tickets. Over promising and under delivering. These guys can no longer just get on these interviews and talk a whole lot of jazz and then go in there and underperform and then go ghost again. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work like that when we're spending all of this money on y'all's pay-per-view. Me personally, I won't be tuning in to his fight that's coming up because, I like to see fighters that are entertaining. I like to see fighters that believe in their skills. I like when fighters are active. I don't like when guys come in, talk up a check come, disappear, come back. They got a fight coming up. Hey, we want y'all to buy this BS fight we finna do because after that, I'm gonna fight a big name. No, that's how you scam fans, and that's how fans lose interest in the sport to where they want to see guys like Jake Paul fight and other YouTubers fight because it's not as entertaining as it used to be, only because these guys are not looking to put on the performances, that they're saying in these interviews. Nobody believes Frank Martin stops, stuns, hurts, drops a fighter like a Richardson Hitchens because Hitchens is a fighter anyway that fights on the back foot. He's a caution. He's a fighter that fights with a lot of caution. You know what I'm saying? He's a defensive-minded fighter. Stick and move, pot shot, twist and turn you, wrap you up. He's a guy that utilizes his entire IQ in that ring. Frank Martin, on the same interview said that in the last fight with Tank, he gassed out in the 5th round. You know what I'm saying? And that's not something that us as fans we don't want to keep supporting fighters like that with our dollar. And, the plan was, it would build up anticipation to the next fight. No, we just was able to marinate, hey, this guy is using this sport for an income and they're over promising and we're paying this money banking on seeing the performance that these guys are talking about, but we're not. So when it comes down to support them again and again and again, we're not so willing. Y'all got to think, Floyd, each fight, everybody wanted to see him lose. And it grew more and more the more that he fought. Each guy he fought, we want to see him lose more. See what I'm saying? Why do we want to see Frank fight? Like I said, I wish these guys, the best long term. But if you're not putting your heart in boxing, us fans is not going to put our hearts in you. And I feel like just like it's casualties to war, it's casualties to just coming in the ring looking for a check. When you fight and you fight at a high level, the check come anyway. But at the same time, when guys are just coming in to get a bag and get up out of here, it's blowing up in their faces a lot. Earl still hasn't came back. Tank right now is on a hiatus. Why? Because when he look up and he look at them divisions, he like, damn, they keep getting stacked and stacked. I'm hoping these guys beat each other so I don't gotta fight them. But no, they following the same path that you following. You know what I'm saying? They out of the ring a year. They out of the ring a little bit more. See what I'm saying? So while you waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, you just wasting your prime. And that's what Frank Martin did, unfortunately. Him not working with Derrick James. Derrick James didn't want to work with him. He said this in the same interview. He was willing to keep Derrick and just add some more pieces. Derrick was like, man, nah, I'm good. And what I'm telling y'all is the fans are becoming to feel those same type of way as well. The same way. You know what I'm saying? If you don't believe in yourself past coming in and getting a check, why do we believe that you could come back and do anything, you know, with you just running your mouth for a little hour interview and then getting back on again? See what I'm saying? And like I said, this is a public, you know, service announcement that, hey, yo, us fans, we not just buying wolf tickets. You know, who talking the best? You know, we want to see you perform, you know, consistently. And that's how we begin to believe in you again. It's not just popping out the woodwork, you know, headline, yeah, I'm going to knock Keyshawn out. Yeah, I feel like I stopped Hitchens in the third. That don't work no more. It worked back then. It doesn't work now. Why? Because we got so many fighters that are using that same marketing strategy. And just like anything over time, you know, things kind of die down and other things start to come to the surface. And what's coming to the surface right now is putting up or shutting up. Putting up or shutting up. Either you're going to go out there and put on a good performance for us now, consistently, or hey, bro, we're going to catch you after you tune up. You know, after you tune up, we'll check in with you. But as far as us, you know, as far as us tuning into you fighting these nobodies to get your name back out there, we're just not interested in paying $50, $60 to see them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Jamal Charlo, we fighting Benavidez Jr. Why? What type of fight, you know, and then he fights a tune-up, and then he doesn't come back, and then he take a check, and then he come back and start talking again. It's just not worth it for the fans to keep investing that kind of money, and we already being hit over the head with these pay-per-views. You know, these other countries getting these pay-per-views $20, $25. Us in the U.S., we getting these fights 60 and up. You know, and they hyping it to us based off, you know, these guys just getting out here and promoting themselves by attaching themselves to fighters who are actually consistent by just throwing out some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You know, I done got stopped, ain't fought in a year and some change. Now I done popped back out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I could stop Haney. Yeah, I feel like, you know, if me and Hitchens get in there, I feel like his corner throw the towel in the 11th round. You know what I'm saying? We used to click on that and be like, whoa, he believe in it. Now hey, what you doing? You know, so, you know, to all the guys that's out there, you know, we gotta, start taking business classes, working on marketing strategies, techniques. But this marketing strategy, it don't work.